In this video, I'm going to introduce you to my Suit Tailor and review the quality of the two pieces of clothing that I received from them that were custom made for my body. Now, I am not the type of guy that obsesses over grooming or clothing. I really just like to look good and like to feel good in the clothes that I'm wearing. So this video specifically is geared towards people like me that kind of have a casual interest in custom tailored clothing, because the stuff that you get off the rack just never really fits. The closest that I can get is H&M because they kind of fit, just happen to fit towards my body type, but even then, a lot of times the sleeves are too short or the waist is too tight. It's not made specifically for me. So obviously the benefit of custom tailored clothing is that you get a piece of clothing that is perfectly tailored to your body. Now, recently there's been a lot of different online services offering this. One of those really big popular ones is MTailor, which I reviewed in some other videos. I was not particularly happy with the quality or the fit. They claim that they are 22% better than a tailor, and I can't understand how that is possibly true because everybody that I know that has ordered from them has had issues with the fit that their algorithm tries to figure out. So what my Suit Tailor does is kind of a nice happy medium. It's run by a man that has a ton of experience as a tailor. He was a traveling tailor and he applies that to my Suit Tailor and personally oversees every single order. So what's great about this is you're getting the quality of a custom tailored piece of clothing without ever having to leave your home. If you want to get a 20% discount, check out the description down below. There is a link and a coupon code down there to get 20% off your first order. There's a few things that I use to assess whether a piece of clothing is appropriate for me and whether I like it and will buy again from a company. Those things are the affordability, because I don't like to spend all of my money on clothes. I have other things that I find important that I'd rather spend money on, and I'd rather be able to buy more than one piece of clothing from the same company rather than spend all of my money on one shirt, one pair of pants, something like that. The second thing is, how does it look? Does it look good on me from the outside? So basically that's how is the fit of the shirt and kind of the style too in general. The third thing is, how does it feel? Is it comfortable? This is a big thing. Does it feel good to be in the clothes? Do I want to wear it all day long? And I happen to just like wearing dress shirts and trousers. I'd rather wear a pair of chinos or a pair of slacks than a pair of jeans, but they still have to feel comfortable. I definitely have pairs that don't feel comfortable, and usually that either comes down to the fabric or that comes down to the fit of the piece of clothing. Sometimes it'll look good on the outside, but it won't be comfortable for the person that's wearing it. Also important is the quality of the fabric. Does the fabric hold up over time? Does it feel good to be in? Does it seem like it's a good sturdy fabric? A lot of times when you're ordering stuff online, people really tend to cut corners, and that's one of the places where you don't get your money's worth. It might seem like you're getting a cheaper piece of clothing, but you're getting a cheap piece of clothing. And finally, what is it like to order from the company? Is it a easy process? Does it take too much time? Does it take an okay amount of time? What's the customer service like? Those things all come into consideration when I'm deciding what kind of clothes I want to buy and from what companies. So just as a disclaimer, my Suit Tailor reached out to me after I posted some videos about MTailor, which is an app where you can sit your phone on the ground and it records you. Apparently it says it's 20% more accurate than a normal tailor. I don't really believe that, because every single piece of clothing that I've gotten from them has been okay, but definitely not perfect. And that seems to be the sentiment everyone has that works with MTailor. So my Suit Tailor reached out and said, hey, it'd be great if you did a similar video about our product, and they sent me this shirt and this pair of trousers, and that's what this video is reviewing. Thankfully, because I wouldn't have wanted to give a bad review, but I totally would have if I didn't like the quality. These are great. These are some of the best fitting clothes that I've ever ordered online, and I can highly, highly recommend them. Now, first of all, what is the cost like? The cost is pretty comparable to a lot of similar services out there. It's actually a little bit cheaper, which is cool. The owner of the company, Alex, was in contact with me through the entire process. He says he looks over every single order himself personally. He's got decades of experience as a tailor in person, and now he's taking that and trying to expand on that with this service. And what that means is he's able to get really good prices on fabrics and apply his skill set and knowledge of the industry to really make high quality garments at affordable prices, which is something you don't see in a lot of the competitors. A lot of the competitors are tech guys trying to compete in this textile space, and those are completely different skill sets. So you will see prices anywhere from $60 up through about $90 for shirts and that's pretty comparable. I know some people in my last video commented on the $60 for a shirt seemed like a lot, but $60 for a custom fit shirt and a nice dress shirt is not a lot. I mean, even if you go to Express or something, you're gonna be paying easily that $70, $90 for a shirt that's not custom fitted. So I don't know where you're finding your shirts. They're almost definitely really low quality if you're paying under $40 for a shirt, which is fine if that's what you wanna do. If that's all that matters to you is getting the cheapest possible shirt, then go ahead, keep doing that. But for me, I want a little bit of quality, but I don't want to overpay for it. And that's where I feel like my Suit Tailor really shines, is it's definitely quality that fits in an affordable price range. So instead of paying $125 for a similar service, a similar shirt from a different company, I can get 2 shirts for the same price, and they're very well made, and the customer service is great. So onto the actual fit, what does it look like? You can decide for yourself. I'm gonna stand up here awkwardly on my bench. You can see the sleeves, first of all, which is huge for me because my arms are weirdly long, that the sleeves actually fit. They're a good length. They don't wrap up over my hands, and they're also not too short. A lot of the shirts that I'll get, you know, will be kind of like that, which is somewhat wearable, but really not. And what's nice about this is when I'm wearing a suit, it comes out just a little bit past my suit sleeve. Also, I really like the fit of the entire sleeve. Kind of similar thing with the chest. You can see how the back fits. It also just lays nicely on my shoulders, which that's usually the issue, is I've got really thin body, but relatively broad shoulders for how thin I am. And it fits the whole way down. I'm not wearing a belt right now, so this bunched up a little bit weirdly, but as you can see, it's a nice fit, it looks nice, and it also feels good. There's no point in the shirt that feels tight. A lot of times on my shoulders that will be an issue, or around the chest that might be an issue where they'll overdo how small that area is. So overall, the quality of the fit, the tailoring is absolutely amazing. Top-notch work from my Suit Tailor, and obviously that is where they shine. That's where the owner of the company's history is, and he's also got connections to really good garments. So this is an easy iron European fabric, and I like the actual design here. I really like this fabric. It feels good, and I think it feels like it's gonna hold up well over time, which obviously I can't tell you right now if it does, because I just got these about a week ago. I've actually worn them about a week off and on to try to, you know, feel how they feel over time. So I'm not just giving like an out of the box review. I'm kind of, this is what it's like to actually wear these shirts, and it feels good, and it looks good, and it feels good to look good in them. Now finally, what is it actually like to order from my Suit Tailor? It's really, really easy, and it's awesome because they have really great customer service. They're here to help. And what it does, instead of trying to take a photo of your body or do anything like that, it's walking you through how to measure your own clothes or measure your own body to place your order. And once you do that, it's attached to your profile, and then you can order a bunch more shirts without having to go through that process again. Now that process does take, I don't know, it took me about 30 minutes. So it is a little bit longer than some other online shopping experiences, but like I said, you do that once, you should be able to use the same measurements on other orders. The way that they suggested that I do my measurements is find a shirt that fits best that I like, and measure that. Now, I wasn't totally satisfied with doing that because I don't really have a shirt that fits perfectly. And what I got here is a shirt that fits perfectly. So the way that I did that was I took 3 different shirts that kind of fit and measured the parts of those that I like. So, you know, I had a shirt that was the right arm length, but the sleeves were a little bit too baggy. So I used that shirt and I measured the length of the sleeve, but I disregarded the rest of it. I had a different shirt that the sleeves were too short, but the sleeve tightness was nice and the body was nice, but the length was a little off. So again, there I kind of Frankenstein together 3 different shirts to then place the order. And then once I did, Alex reached out pretty much immediately and was like, hey, there's this measurement and this measurement that looks like could be a mistake, or I'm just gonna suggest that we bring this in or bring this out. That's where the owner of the company having a ton of experience as an actual tailor comes in handy, because he can personally look at each order and say, that doesn't seem right, or this does seem right, and make those suggestions, which I'm glad he did, because the clothes turned out to be perfect, which means something in the way that I had measured them might have been a little bit off. So that's that. They have a ton of customization options that you can choose from. So you select your customization options first, you do your measurements or load your measurements from your profile, and then you place your order, and it's that easy. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks to get your clothes, which is pretty standard for a piece of custom made clothing. I have to say the whole process overall was really easy and smooth, worked out really well, and like I said, the pricing was pretty great. The clothes ended up being pretty great, so I totally recommend you try my Suit Tailor. Like I said earlier in the video, if you want to get a 20% discount, check out the description down below. There is a link and a coupon code down there to get 20% off your first order. I really genuinely think that these are pretty awesome shirts, so check them out if you're interested. And also, if you're interested in the trousers, in the pants, check out the other video that I made right here about that. Thank you for watching. Let me know down in the description below if you have any additional questions about what it was like to order or receive anything from my Suit Tailor. I'll try to answer questions as best as I can. Thank you. Goodbye.